So far, we have written a lot of Python code, and sooner or later, this happens. The code stops, red text appears, Python shows an error. Most beginners immediately think I did something wrong. That's not the right way to see it. Errors are not failure, errors are feedback. In this video, you will learn what Python errors actually are, how to read error messages, the common errors you will see in data science, and how to approach fixes calmly. Some errors happen before the code even runs. These are syntax errors. They usually come from simple things, missing brackets, missing colons, wrong indentation. Syntax errors are mechanical, they are also the easiest to fix. So, what is a Python error really? An error means Python does not understand your instruction. Errors are not random, they are specific. Errors don't mean Python is broken, they point to where your instructions don't make sense yet. Let's look at the structure of a Python error. For example, print x. Python shows name error, name x is not defined. An error message usually gives you three things: the error type, a short explanation, and the line number. That's usually enough to figure out what went wrong. First common error, name error. For example, print total. This happens when the variable was never defined or there is a spelling mistake. If Python says a name is not defined, check spelling and where the variable was created. Next is type error. This one is very common when working with real data. For example, string 10 plus 5. Python throws a type error. Why? Because Python does not guess types. Type conversion must be explicit. The fix is simple. We convert 10 to a number before addition. You will see this a lot when working with CSV data and file input. Next is value error. For example, int ABC. The type is correct but the value itself is invalid. This shows up often during data cleaning. Next is index error. For example, a list has two items but you try to access position 5. Python raises an index error. Lists have fixed positions, Python won't auto-extend them. Next, key error. For example, a dictionary has a name but you try to access marks. Python raises a key error. The key does not exist. Dictionary access is strict. That's why validation or .get function are used. Next is attribute error. For example, you try to call append on a string. Python tells you that strings don't have that method. Methods belong to specific data types. Strings and lists behave differently. This error builds type awareness. Now the most important habit, always read Python errors from the bottom up. The last line usually tells you what went wrong and where it went wrong. This habit alone saves a lot of time. One important distinction, an error means the code stops running. A bug means the code runs but the output is wrong. Errors are usually easier to fix than bugs. Why errors are actually good? Every error teaches you something about Python's rules. Good developers don't avoid errors, they learn from them. One thing we are not doing yet, we are not handling errors right now. The goal here is understanding, a practical habit to build. When you are stuck, copy the exact error message and search it. Someone has already faced the same problem. That's a real developer habit. Before you move on, do one thing. Intentionally cause one error, read the message, fix it. That's how real programmers learn. In the next video, we will learn about strings. Thanks for watching. I am Aksa Zafar and on MLTude, I teach data science and machine learning in a simple step-by-step way. Practice a little and I will see you in the next video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to MLTude for more AI and machine learning tutorials.